All right, on October 31st, 2025, I declared homelessness after a large legal mental battles with my last landlord. When I reported to the Utica County Office, DSS, I was informed at first I would not be allowed to have my registered emotional support animals. After repeated deliberation, explaining the requirements under law, I was then told I had to go to the Ramada Inn in Rome, ran by Somaliland Hospitalities LLC. I was informed this was done because the Utica motels under contract would not accept my pets. My emotional support animals are not pets underneath the Fair Housing Act. When I first arrived at the Ramada, I knew there would have been problems the second the manager grabbed the portable heater to bring it to the room. This was because the heating unit did not work correctly. While checking the beds for bed bugs, I noticed that candy wrappers outside the wrappers and other objects under the bed. I cleaned it up for what I see, but apparently I missed a hypodermic needle that Scooter, one of my EMS, found in the middle of the night. On November 2nd, 2025, I sent a very informed email to the Department of Social Services explaining the Fair Housing Act and Executive Law 296. Still no action was taken to relocate me back to Utica. In the meantime, I was struggling with the conditions of the motel, like roach infestations, dripping bathtubs that had holes drilled in them, large holes in the walls and floors, drafty doors, and much more. People sleeping outside under the stairs, partying on the second floor of others, not doing the program correctly. Staff gave me issues with getting just regular toilet paper, other hygiene needs. They repeatedly served the eggs in the new batch the following day. Yummy. I started to make legitimate complaints about the unhealthy and unsafe conditions. On November 17th, 2025, I was awakened in the middle of the night because some roaches went across the sensors of the smoke detector, which set it off. Due to my complaints, I was told that the manager did not want me back there and was removed. He then proceeded to lock me out from one of my emotional support animals for 40 minutes or so. I was then placed in an area that I did not know with no support. Due to what the county was allowing to happen to me, I almost took my life that night. Knowing my mental health history, I think that they were hoping it would happen so I would not file more grievances. As you see, I made it through the major depression disorder and before you to tell the truth of what your tax dollars are going to. All this is happening as DSS was pressuring me to take the first available unit. Not first habitable or safe, just available. Which brings me to the 18th Floor LLC in the Homes program. Upon moving into my new dwelling and starting to settle in, I noticed that the heat was not working. I informed one of my workers that informed the LLC. For doing so, I was accused of bringing someone that night off the street and breaking the rules. I was also started to notice more and more code violations and only complained about the major ones. For my legitimate complaints, the LLC served me with a notice to quit. Due to me being in a federally funded program under the same rules they tried to cite me, they must have good cause. DSS is also forgetting about 18 NYCRR 304.2 homeless prevention. The LSA clearly lied to Utica City Codes by telling them that I lived at a different address. This way, I would be a no-show after their other delay tactics, like telling Code they're willing to have a meeting but never happened. Why? So the courts would think that I went to Codes after the notice of quit, which was